Welcome to Peace Park 2022 Mount Bachelor, Oregon, coming to you live.
With the season that they've been having here, we were definitely coming in here a little concerned about the snow levels. But to our surprise, we found a lot of snow. The zone we're in is like perfect. Wind loads in, and there was way more than what we thought. And then on top of it, with this storm that came in, it just continued to help us. Building a course like this, that's this size, completely out of 100% natural snow, doesn't happen that often here in North America.
Mount Bachelor, Oregon, a volcanic peak in the heart of the Cascade Range. The dynamic features of Mount Bachelor are a snowboarder's playground, but the wind and weather that have to come together to create this wonderland, if you're a park shaper, it can sometimes be a challenge. But the crew of snow shapers assembled at Mount Bachelor for Peace Park, they were up to the task. Battling Mother Nature at every turn, moving mass amounts of snow, all the while shaping one of the most incredible snowboard parks ever seen.
This year's Peace Park, we've got a pretty awesome thing going on here. We got the Woodward crew coming in from every Woodward resort there is out there, and also SBT working side by side. They're having a blast, learning some new things, learning how we get this job done.
There's certain people within the sport that if you get the phone call, you get the email, you show up. Danny Davis has always been one of those guys that is synonymous with a good time. If you get tapped on the shoulder to show up at Peace Park, you're gonna show up.
Look who just showed up. Hey! What up, Reg? Hi, Hales. How you guys doing?
My name is Darcy Sharp, grew up on Vancouver Island, and I like to snowboard.
I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and I like any kind of snowboarding.
Snowboard on everything.
I'm a freestyle snowboarder, slopestyle, rails, like to ride the mountain.
I compete in snowboard halfpipe.
I mostly do slopestyle.
I like all types of snowboarding, whatever's in front of me.
Snowboarding is most fun things in the world.
And that's why we have Olympians here. We have some of the best backcountry riders ever. We have gold medalists. We have X Games champions. We have the best women in the world. We have the best men in the world. Like, these are people from the Fergusons who grew up here, to you have people coming from Europe. You know, when Danny calls, you show up.
It's a fun list for me to make up because I get to invite a lot of my friends who I know really well, and then some people who I would like to get to know, and I'm a big fan of their snowboarding. We have a really rad group this season.
It's basically the who's who of competitive snowboarding given a chance to not have to compete in this box.
As you can see, spring is a little late, winter is still around. This is the camp zone. We've got about, I want to say 24 riders camping in the lot this week. We got some food set up, we got a rider tent. Everyone's kind of dialed with their own campers and stuff, so we're ready for the weather. But let's go check out the camp zone.
This is actually first time to the camp. It's like every day it's like a party, and we is great guys. So fun. It's like too fun.
Camping in a lot with a bunch of your homies is always kind of a blast. And not only to just be camping in the Bachelor lot, but during Rendezvous, which is kind of a camper festival, everyone pulls up in the lot, like 500 plus RVs, and everybody's just skiing all day, boarding all day. Lifts open till 7 p.m.
Bachelor already has like a really rootsy vibe here, so I think this is just the perfect combo for Peace Park.
Being a community, just a bunch of friends snowboarding and just sharing, this is part of what we do.
Rendezvous Peace Park collab, it was hitting. We all love snowboarding, and it's very rare that we're just parked in a camping lot at the bottom of a mountain and all there is to do is basically snowboard. We could have done nothing to this mountain and had a sick week. There is natural hits all over this mountain. It's one of the only mountains I've ever been to that you can ride 360 around. That's what I'm talking about. Oh wow, what a mountain. Sick. That's too much fun. There's just so many doinkers. It's unreal. First go, you're just like, I went to the bottom on this one, just full over the front knee stack.
Full whiteout.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Day one. Can't really see any of the features, but the poppers are dope.
We kind of kitted the riders out with some pretty nice RVs. They got multiple beds, some heat. But you know, we're gonna be camping in this thing. This is Derek, a 1979 military ambulance. There's not a lot of square footage, but I'll tell you what, she's built like a Sherman tank.
Love the RV life. We've just been hanging out everywhere, going from one RV to the other.
Bomb hole just rolled in.
Well, if it isn't the hottest new thing in snowboard media.
Toilet's right here if you like to be near a shower and toilet.
Is that where we're doing the live stream? Is right next to the toilet?
Obviously, there's a competition aspect that pushes everyone a little bit, but it's really about all the riders coming together and just kind of celebrating snowboarding, especially at the end of the season when everyone's been working really hard, and being able to just be at an event that's really fun and where everyone just feeds off each other.
This is our leaderboard. We could have went digi, but we kind of went, you know, it smells like some pine. No? Dogwood? No. This is the Wax and Relax station. I didn't name it myself, but I'm kind of liking the name. And in here we've got a bunch of old photos of Peace Park, the last decade of Peace Park for everyone to look back and reminisce on. A decade of Peace Park. We've got Mickle Bang. This was Peace Pipe. Ben Ferguson, Banks, Porter Pipes, Sebe DeBuck. One of the highest hand plants ever done at that time. Nick Baden. This is a nice Ben Ferguson turn. Ben Ferguson, 24-foot backside air on the hip. And Chad Otterstrom. Alex Andrews.
The progression of snowboarding goes hand in hand with Peace Park. Mainly because when you take the shackles off and you can really let your hair down with no pressure other than to have a good time, that's when the true progression in snowboarding happens. Whether it's doing hand plants on gigantic wall ride features or spinning over unbelievable gaps, Peace Park changed the face of snowboard competition and also the trajectory of progression in the sport.
I think what Peace Park has just kind of brought to snowboarding is your everyday snowboard park isn't just so linear. Everything's got kind of a flow now. We had a big inspiration from skate parks and surfing and all that I think what Peace Park has just kind of opened people's minds to what terrain parks can really offer on the mountain.
When you go back to the beginning of Peace Park and what Danny really wanted to have, Danny just wanted to bring in all these different elements of transition riding, and it doesn't have to be just a half pipe. We want to have like wall rides and channel gaps and hips into the half pipe. You know, Danny kind of started this, and then from what we used to have in competition to what competition looks like now is a direct result of what Danny kind of dreamed up and brought into freestyle terrain for snowboarding.
The best thing, in my opinion, you can do for the sport, just get a bunch of super good buddies, build a super sick course, put some money on the line, and maybe have a little contest. It definitely raises the bar, and it's just a fun time.
Peace Park's become something that the people can now ride, and I get excited to build courses that the public can enjoy.
People really wanted that. And when Woodward came on and developed these Peace Parks to be at these ski areas, it was the perfect flow of transition. It was more like riding a cement skate park snake run. It had every element of what you wanted to do in snowboarding into one run.
Danny with Peace Park, I feel like it is such a crazy, admirable display of selflessness that he's just putting his heart into snowboarding every spring to kind of give back to the community that he's also a snowboarder within. There's no obligations to make this happen, and the fact that he makes it happen, it's unreal.
This is a collective community that really stems from one guy who wanted to bring everybody together, and that's this dude right here, Dan Davis.
Hey.
Give us a piece, Dan.
Hey. All right. I'm stoked everyone's here. It's gonna be fun. Thanks everyone, thanks Gunny, thank you Bachelor for having us.
Welcome to Peace Park Championship.
Our first event is the parallel slalom. 2 riders racing each other. Winner takes it.
We have highest hand plant on a wall ride, which I've seen the wall ride, very intimidating. It's taller than I think the resort that I grew up on.
Person who goes highest plants their hand on the wall, does a proper hand plant, comes back in, rides out of the tranny, takes it.
Highest hip air, just go as high as you possibly can. It's gonna be a spectacle.
Person who goes biggest on the hip, does a maneuver, grabs their board perhaps, and lands and rides away, takes the highest air.
The half park, which is really the icing on this cake.
Half Park is a jam session, judged throughout the week. Whoever rides best throughout the week in the Half Park takes it.
And on the final day, we're opening up Peace Park to the public. And that's something that you don't really see at a competition. You don't like all of a sudden let the public come in and ride the slopestyle course at the end of the week. It just doesn't happen.
Everyone rides together, we're high-fiving, there's airs, a ton of people enjoying Peace Park, having a beautiful spring day, snowboarding with their friends.
Danny Mark. Go!
Oh!
This is for your contract!
Yeah, woo!